Okay, folks, so it was an absolute zero day today. Found a lot of junk, and now I'm walking out. So I found this nice road. I think this used to be a railroad track back in the day, and but I know that it's a lot easier than going cross country. And then there's some of the area that I was climbing up and up in. Yeah, wish I could have found some stuff today, but I didn't, and that's okay. My watch says that I've walked, my little exercise watch says I've walked about 6 miles, so not bad. And it's 6 miles cross country, crossing ravines and such. Now, there's a lot of stories about this area and all up and down this Kentucky theater of operation about ghost stories. I don't tell a lot of people this, but I do think that there are things out there that you can't explain. Of course, I have a tremendous amount of faith. I am a Christian. And I'm gonna kind of scan this hillside right here as I'm talking to you. And I'm a Christian, and I believe, you know, that God protects us. But I have been out in the woods and had some very eerie feelings before. Unexplainable. And it hasn't always been at night. There have been times in the day, especially if I'm on a battlefield or near an area where a lot of people have been killed. So some of that may be my knowledge of what happened. And, you know, and here I am, you know, constantly thinking about it as I'm metal detecting. But if I would tell you that I haven't had some weird things happen, then that would not be being honest with you, because it has happened. And sometimes when you're out here in places like this, we got something really big here. There's a bayonet charge here. Maybe this is a bayonet. I'm gonna say it's probably a pipe or something crazy like that. Or a piece of railroad track, maybe. How about that? Or even worse, how about a piece of, yeah, it's a big chunk of metal, and it's way down there and I can't get it out. So that's gonna have to stay there. But I have seen things and had those funny feelings. And I used to get those when I was in combat as well. So there were times that I could literally sense an ambush coming on. And other soldiers will tell you that story, you know, that same thing. They feel the same thing. You just know that something isn't right. The bats are coming out. As you can see, it's getting dark. So I'm gonna leave this camera on. Maybe you'll see something. But you could just feel like there was this feeling. And so today I'm out here by myself, and I don't normally do that. I go out by myself. But with this COVID-19 thing, and the fact that I was only running out here to do a quick recon, you know, I figured that it would be okay. And so far it has been. And I'm working my way out. As you can see, I got a long way to go. That's a long walk. So on my watch, it tells me the sun goes down, and the sun has went down. But it's going to be dark in around 15 minutes. And I mean, it's going to be 10 feet up a bull's hind end dark. And that's why, if you don't think you're going to get out of the woods in time, you need to get to the road. Stop digging, stop metal detecting, get to the road, and start getting out of there. The last thing you want to do is get caught up in the woods, and not because of the ghosts and the goblins, okay? This place isn't nearly as scary as Scary Creek, West Virginia, I'll tell you that. When that place gets dark, I'm ready to get out of there. But it has some unique qualities here. So you want to get on the road, and you want to start getting out of the woods. And because the last thing you want to do is fall down in the woods in the middle of the night in a place where you are not familiar with, and especially if you come up here thinking, always pack a backpack. So you know, I've got provisions. I've got a towel in here, and water, food, lighter, you know, extra batteries, a charger for my cell phone. Yeah, I've got all these things with me. Knife, pistol, a flare pistol actually is what I carry. And it's quite effective as a self-defense weapon as well. So don't let that fool you. But I'm prepared. Now, some people are not, you know, they come out and say, oh, let me just run up the side of this hill real quick and take my metal detector out. I'll be right back. Well, 3-4 hours later, and it's dark, and they're not right back. And a lot of people get lost, and they forget their way. So one thing else that I do is I have a compass on my phone. And being the old school military man that I am, I shoot an azimuth with that phone before I go into the woods. And I pinpoint where my car's parked. So I can go on my MapQuest if I've got service, and I can go to my last pinpoint location, wherever my car's parked at. And I mark it, you know. So that way it's a little more easier to navigate your way out. But as you see, it's starting to get really dark in here. And I don't know how, let's see what the camera looks like. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting spooky. Yeah. But if you get scared and you're by yourself, sometimes it helps to just think about good thoughts, and I do, you know, just like when I was